The American state of Kansas has experienced a new blow from the elements today. At least 3 powerful tornadoes passed through it, which caused huge damage to the infrastructure. The most powerful of them, which was assigned the category EF3, swept over the city of Andover. The whirlwind turned over cars and tore off the roofs of houses. Now in some areas of the city there is no electricity or communication. Roads remain blocked. Getting to some houses, or what is left of them, is almost impossible. 20,000 buildings remain without electricity in Kansas. At the moment, work is underway to clear the rubble. Under them there may be people who may need urgent help. So far, there is no information about the victims of the rampage of the elements. Fort Myers in Florida is like a magnet for tornadoes. This is the 3rd tornado in the area in the last 3 months. This time, he was EF0 on the Fujita Scale, meaning the weakest of all. But he also managed to cause trouble to local residents, causing damage to their homes, garages and cars. The tornado touched down at South Fort Myers near Winkler Road. The video sent by eyewitnesses of the event shows a small funnel that circled in the area. According to residents, the tornado was visible for about 2 minutes. Forecasters issued a warning of thunder and wind, but no word on a possible tornado formation. So, what can be said? It was a sudden tornado. There are no casualties or injuries among local residents. In the northwestern part of Colombia, in the department of Antioquia, the authorities declared a state of emergency. Heavy rainfall, which has been going on for the 2nd day without stopping, causes terrible floods. One of the most flood-affected municipalities is Bajo-Cauca. According to the media, heavy rains caused the flooding of the Terres River, which led to the flooding of most of this municipality. The maximum flood level reached a mark of 2 meters. The streams of water carried people, cars and everything that was poorly fixed. According to the preliminary report, 480 families were affected. Underwater there were many houses, the enterprises. Not only that, landslides were also noted in the region, which caused the collapse of 10 houses and another 16 were partially damaged. Something incredible is happening in Thailand. After recent heavy rains, an invasion of all kinds of worms, as well as midges, was noted here. This disaster enveloped the city of Tak, which is located in the province of the same name in the west of Thailand. These shots are truly terrifying. Local residents simply do not know how to deal with such an invasion. It is simply not possible to go outside. Moreover, worms and midges are already in all apartments and houses. They penetrate even into the smallest cracks. As one of the local residents noted, when he woke up in the morning and went outside he was shocked. Thousands of worms swarm in the yard in front of the house. According to reports, some villagers were worried that the swarm of worms might be a sign of bad things to come. Perhaps this is the case, because before strong earthquakes there is a massive release of deep-seated fish. Mexico is seeing a similar spike in wildfires that are sweeping the state of Michoacán. At least 100 hectares of forest are under fire on Huacas Hill, adjacent to the San Marcos El Sabino Highway in the municipality of Uruapan. Strong gusts of wind caused the fire to spread rapidly. It was only yesterday that the fire was reported. As today he has already managed to cover such a vast territory. Dozens of crew members and firefighters are working to fight the fire, which is now out of control. A thick layer of smoke has spread over the city of Uruapan, and air quality has plummeted. Extreme heat is also observed in these regions, with thermometers exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. When asked when the heavy rainfall in Saudi Arabia will stop, forecasters do not answer unambiguously. Some predict dry weather from Monday, others that it will rain for at least another 5 days. The situation is still difficult, the rains continue, and consequently the floods. This time the capital, Riyadh, suffered. Week-long floods in Saudi Arabia have killed 12 people. In recent days, rescuers have provided assistance to 271 one-person. 137 local residents were evacuated. Streams of water carry away motorists who are trying to overcome water barriers, although the authorities had previously issued a warning and asked local residents to refrain from traveling in private vehicles. Over the past day, another 65 millimeters of rain has fallen. The flood level in some places exceeds 65 centimeters. The bad weather also reached Oman. A storm hit Oman around noon. Heavy rains, hail, strong winds and even tornadoes began. Nature raged in earnest. Footage of the passage of the tornado was posted by eyewitnesses of the event on social networks. They show a rather large tornado, which was noted in the city of Rustok in the Al-Batina region in northern Oman. As noted by residents who watched this weather phenomenon, the tornado raged for about 5 minutes. He still managed to get close to the houses of residents and cause damage to the infrastructure. Several houses lost their roofs, some were destroyed, but no casualties were noted among the people. Abnormal heat is recorded in India. The earth temperature reaches plus 62 degrees Celsius, and the air temperature is kept at plus 50 degrees. It's just unbearable and terrible heat. The average daily maximum temperature was a record for 122 years. More people are admitted to local hospitals with heat stroke. The number of victims of abnormal heat in India has exceeded 2,000. Over the past 24 hours, 45 forest fires have been detected in the state of Uttarakhand. It is reported that at least 5 people died in the fire, as well as 7 animals. The state asked for support in extinguishing forest fires from the central government of the country. Several helicopters were sent to help put out the fire. More than 2,000 forestry employees are involved in the fight against natural disasters. The Indian state of Uttarakhand has become famous in quotation marks and for the number of landslides and rockfalls that have come down here over the past few days. He actually topped the list of areas where landslide processes are observed. Just think about it. 25 large landslides were registered in the state in 3 days, in which 10 people died. Basically, they damaged the road infrastructure and became the reason for blocking the traffic. The authorities urge local residents to be careful when traveling in private vehicles. If possible, move in groups. A similar burst of rockfalls was observed in India in July last year, but then the state of Himachal Pradesh was hit hard. In Russia, large-scale forest fires continue, which cover more and more new territories. 4 regions of Russia have opened the fire season in the last 24 hours. The Saratov region, Mariel, Chuvashia and Sevastopol, and in total, an increased risk of fires was recorded in 72 regions of Russia. Some of them have introduced a state of emergency. A tense situation is developing in the Amur region. A special fire regime has been introduced in the region, a ban on visiting forests. During the day, experts eliminated 54 natural fires on an area of 850 hectares. At the moment, according to the media, an area of 7,000 hectares has been engulfed in fire. Forests have been burning in Siberia and the Russian Far East for more than a month. The situation is especially difficult in the Amur, Chelyabinsk and Tyumen regions. The cause of most fires is the human factor. Last weekend, a powerful downpour hit the Turkestan region, due to which several villages were flooded. At the moment, a special commission has been created, which deals with the elimination of the consequences of a natural disaster. Due to the heavy rainfall, houses and yards were flooded. According to local services, as a result of the flood, 50 houses, yards, and outbuildings were flooded. A lot of livestock died. The villagers affected by the flood can hardly remember when such a misfortune hit their homes for the last time. Some houses were submerged by more than a meter. Special damage was done to buildings made of adobe. Thank you for watching the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Good wind and weather.